What up, guys? Jason Guyman here with King of Pressure Wash, and tonight we're going to talk about one of my favorite things because it's Wednesday night, and we talk about marketing because marketing is king. Marketing is king, right? Who all thinks marketing is king? I do. Hey, actually, Thomas and Bella, how are you guys doing? I see that I just messaged you guys. I believe that's the same people, and I will actually show you who you will need to be talking to here shortly once it gets on here. But 2 days down, 2 days down, 2 to go, $22,000 job. So let's talk about how do we get this stuff? How do we grow our business? How do we make more money so that we can spend more money? Right? That's pretty much the basis of it. But with that said, let's get this thing on the road. Marketing is king, right? Marketing. Marketing is censor. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but I don't think that was what it's supposed to come here. So let marketing and not getting any calls, and we'll talk about that, right? We'll talk about, are we doing the right marketing? Do we have the right stuff? But before we get going here, let's get this book on the road, right? I love this book. I know I've pushed it for the last couple weeks. I'm still going to keep it the book of the week. If you haven't read it, you should. You're missing out on it. And read it 2 or 3 times, because the more I read it, the more I learn. And the more I learn, the more I put into my business, and the more you can put into your business. And it will help you out as you grow, right? It is one of the most important things that we can do in this business is to keep growing and growing. I see people that actually I sent, Jason usually sends me the people, and I sent him one of somebody selling a truck. It was a nice truck. It's nice wrap, nice everything, because he's going to go get another job somewhere else. But yet Jason is within probably 100 miles from there and did $250,000. And I'm like, and this guy's been in business for a long time. And it's like, why aren't you making money all those years when you've been in business? Because you didn't do the right marketing. I talked to a good friend, Jeremy Main, my garbage man. Again, he's doing very well. He went from his very first year full time, did $200,000 last year, or the next year he did $400,000, and then last year he ended up doing $800,000. And we'll talk a little bit about a lot of these people, because marketing is king. Marketing is what grows your business. And are you doing the right marketing? We're going to hit on a couple things. Are you doing the right marketing? Are you doing what you're supposed to be? Are you targeting the right customers? So many times we go out there in the neighborhoods because it's a dirty neighborhood. Well, guess what? It's a dirty neighborhood for a reason, because nobody's buying in that neighborhood. So we want to clean houses, not nasty, dirty green houses all the time, because they're probably not buying. And so with that, before we get started, let's get going here. Tom and Bella from Dallas, 2 days from 2 to go for a $22,000 job. You can get this, right? There is money out there. You got to ask for it. And if you don't ask for it, they won't give it to you. It is a fact. I know it is scary. I've been talking with Lindy down in Charleston, and they are freaking killing it. They're going to probably do $225,000 part-time, working 1 to 2 days a week on the weekends and only doing 4 to 6 hours. How are they doing that? Did they start out that way? No, they started out as a $99 guy, and they were about to kill themselves. And they learned that the $99 guy, you don't make no money. And so I know a lot of times people are like, oh, I just whatever, but you got to believe in yourself. And so as we deal with this, you have to understand that if you don't believe in yourself and you're not confident in your pricing, neither will your customers. We got Action Power in the house. What's up? Northeast Power Wash, how you doing? Mr. Nathan in the house. Mr. Anthony is in the house. Tony, let's see here. What do we got here? My computer is being stupid already. We don't like that. We got Anthony in the house. Yes, you did. What's up, family? Cleaning services. What's up, Jason? Marketing. Yes, sir. We love marketing. Starting small. Got to start somewhere. Shout out from Charlotte, North Carolina. Jason, what's up? Got some sun today. Yeah, it was sunny finally. Yard signs. We love yard signs. I have to price higher in order to turn down customers. That's not a bad problem. Actually, I kind of said that earlier today to somebody if you're booked out a month out, you've got to raise prices. If you're booked out more than 2 weeks out, I say start raising your prices, because you will lose those customers by being booked out 3-4 weeks. And so it is important that we are raising prices, and you will find out that people will still pay it, and it's amazing, and that is awesome. My first year in business, and I've already done $11,000 for the month. This is a high five, man. There's a lot of people struggle to be able to get to that $10,000 month. And it's your first month, and that is awesome, awesome, awesome. Marketing. Guys are selling rigs in high-dollar Florida in the springtime, and that is crazy, right? Who would think that you'd be selling them in the springtime? But people are, because they don't know how to do the marketing. Hey, King of Pressure Wash, I got my first $8,500 week next week, and that is awesome, awesome, awesome. I love it. I love seeing people get these high dollar jobs and do this stuff. I need a used hot water machine. Yeah, good luck. My favorite YouTuber. I'm so proud of our 35% close rate. What, Jason? You mean you only got a 35% close rate? Yeah, guess what? And he's successful, very successful. He did $250,000 in 2022 part-time. He works 3-4 days a week is all he works, and he might work a little bit more than that, but he pressure washes only 2 to 3 days a week, or 3 to 4 days a week, because he's at the firehouse. He's a full-time fireman. He works 56 hours a week as a fireman, and he did $250,000. You don't do $250,000 part-time by being cheap. You do it by raising your prices, getting those high average tickets up, and this is what you got to do. Central Florida, $13,000 residential last week, $7,000 for week of April, $20,000 in 2 weeks off of 200 yard signs. Needless to say, 800 is on order, right? Because it works. We got to get talking about marketing here before long, but I am beginning phase. Reinvest a little bit I made in marketing and yard signs. The best thing you can do. I think season is just starting for us. I'm already 6 jobs in and can't stop. Won't stop. Right? And I do believe it is just now starting for a lot of people. High Wash family, excited to be here. I have that big job tomorrow. He postponed it on me because his yard was super wet and muddy. And she's got a $5,800 job that will be starting tomorrow. How awesome is that? That is awesome. What's up, Jason? What's up, Trisha? When you going to be in Kansas? There's nothing in Kansas. I don't know when I'll be in Kansas. Hi, Alex. I placed my EDD and mailers yesterday, 1,100 postcards, $700, and $250,000 income. Nice. Jason, why are you still at the firehouse? Well, some people love to do it. Washing has begun. Yard signs, Google ads, and mail advertisement. We're hitting them from every angle. Great year ahead. You have to. You can't just do one thing and think that's going to be getting you to where you want to go at. What would you guys charge for a 46,000 square foot flat roof on condos? I don't know. That depends on where you want to be at. How long is it going to take you? How much bleach are you going to use? Well, all of those are factors. I'm finding out that no one wants to pay today's price rates. I don't understand that. They want 2016. I'll tell you why. Because you don't believe in it yourself. And I know I'm hitting on you a little bit, but I can prove it over and over. If you don't believe these people will pay it, they will not pay it. I promise you they will not pay it. That a person can sniff out that you do not know what you're talking about, or you do not have confidence in what you're doing. What is your sales process? If you have a crappy sales process, you will lose money. You know, I deal with DJ a lot, and I talk to him, and I listen to his contact with customers, and DJ is the worst of, well, you know, you could do this or this. No, sell, but not sell, right? You don't give away too much and tell them to do something else. You know, we listened to his dad, and he would say, you know, we're not the cheapest. Well, we're not selling on price. If you want to sell, here's the deal with this here. If you are selling on price, this is your problem right here. If you are selling on price, and this goes for what we're going to talk about. If you are selling on price, this is the problem right here. We on Monday Night Marketing, if you're in the membership, I would highly recommend you go back and listen to that. I know it talks about hiring a rock star in the beginning, but about halfway in, we talk about how to sell to people, not sell on price. If you're selling on price, you will never get your money out. I guarantee it. If you're selling on price, you will lose. You will be at a $99 guy for the rest of your life, or you will be at a zero close percentage. If you do not know how to sell to that person, whether it is online or in person, you will not sell. If you are selling on price, you will get beat every time, no matter if you go cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. Selling on the person, building value, right? What's this book talk about? How to build value, right? How to add value. When you add value, guess what that does to our pricing? It raises our pricing up because we are adding value. What is adding value? Some of it could be from the very beginning of what are you posting on social media? What does your website look like? You know, if your website looks like crap, guess what? You're not adding much value. If you're not educating the customer on that website, you are adding zero value. If your website is all about me and how awesome I am and how great we use this soft wash system and we have $10,000 to $50,000 worth of equipment, you are adding zero value. Zero. We're not educating that customer at all. Read the book. It's in there. I promise you. If you don't like that book, go read They Ask You Answer. We can give them so much value before we ever start pricing anything, right? Because if we're going to sell on price, you're going to be a $99 guy. I don't care who you are, where you are, what you do. When you sell on price, you will be the cheapest in the area. I was talking to Al this week, and Al was like, man, I gave an $1,800 quote and a $2,000 quote. Well, how do you give that? Because he gives value. He knows people. He's building relationships with people, and you get that, and that's what you get. Got another apartment complex, second one, and got a third one in the works. You know, and I say this over and over and over. Once you start posting those jobs, you get more of them. If you post trailers and really nasty, dirty houses, guess what you're going to get more of? The trailers and more nasty, dirty houses. If you're posting the $1 million clean houses in front of the truck in front of there, guess what you're going to get? You're going to get more of those jobs. It works like that. I promise you. I'm afraid to go full time. It's consistent getting close to retirement. They're just the tire kickers. I've been in a batch of the wrong leads. Hey, bud, first timer here. I've learned a ton from your videos. I came across one of your videos the other day and it lit a fire. I wasn't going to start back up this season, just wanted to say thank you. Well, I give you all a lot of information here. I promise you. If you want to know when I go live, check out this here. You can text King 859-696-1101. Whenever I go live, I text out so you guys can know when I am going live. And I do appreciate you, Jacob. That is awesome. One of the highest, if not the highest. I don't want to do cheap jobs. You got to have this mindset. Did Jason start out with this mindset? No, he didn't start out with this mindset. Jason started out with the same mindset that everybody else does. Jason, and here's the thing. Jason started with his pressure washing business in 2020. He didn't have a lot of money. He gave me a lot of his last money of $600 to be in the mentorship. And he did that and started listening. And about a month in, he messaged me and he says, Jason, they're right. There's only $99 guys down here. And I said, you got to follow the process. Follow the process, right? If you don't follow the process, you're right. There are only $99 guys because you will sell to be 69, 59, 49, 39. And before we know it, we're at a rat race to the bottom of the barrel. But if you follow the process, it will work. I promise you. And he did $250,000 last year by himself. This is why it is important you follow the process. Now, his wife helps him a lot. So I went down in the beginning of in 2021, or it was 2020. It was right before all the crap hit the fan, and I met with Jason, or was it 21? I don't remember which year it was, but it was one of the years. And so his wife was like, Jason, you changed our lives. Because Jason tried to start doing painting. You know, he was going to do painting and pressure washing. And that was a big mistake that he made. But he didn't know. He learned from his failures, and he don't do painting no more. And so I was able to go meet them and eat dinner with them. And, you know, when his wife tells you that, you know, whenever we went to get glasses, we either had to get glasses or contacts because we didn't have enough money to get both. Well, that year they got both. And so this is what happens when you follow the process. It's not easy to follow the process, right? It can be hard. It can be, we put out 100 signs and we got nothing, right? Well, put out, what did the sign say, Jason? This was Jason Hefner because I said put pressure washing on the sign, and he decided to put painting and pressure washing. Well, guess what? He didn't get nothing. And then and I said, go get another batch of signs that just says pressure washing phone number. And guess what? The phone started ringing. And so it's about following the process and doing the things of what is hard. It is not, I'm going to repeat this, it is not about the equipment. Jason's equipment, when he started out, he actually still has the painted, he took tape and put down on his thing. I might even be able to find it here. Let me see if I can find it, because this is important, right? Remembering where you come from. Right? A lot of people forget where they come from. They think that, man, this is just easy. It's, you know, man, Jason did 250,000 and he just makes it look easy, right? But it's not. I promise you. It takes work. It takes hard. It takes effort. It just takes a lot of stuff. It takes long nights. It takes, you know, it just takes a lot of stuff to be able to get to hit that big money. And I don't know if I'm trying to find it. I want to show you the beginnings, right? Because, you know, he was just trying to get his start off the ground, and it was not an easy start. It was hard for him. It wasn't easy. Oh, here it is right here. I got it right here. So he's got it taped out here on the floor. Let's see if I can copy this. Copy image. See if it'll paste over here. Nope. But I can download this one here. Save image. So this is how he started. It wasn't the most beautiful thing, but you know what? And he thought he needed all this equipment, right? And so what you'll see here is this is what he put on the floor of of his garage to start to say, all right, we're going to put the pressure washer here. We're going to do that. We're going to do this. And so what he did is he got really cheap equipment, and his equipment was crappy, so crappy that he wouldn't park next to the house. He would park, and he wouldn't take no pictures of it either, because it was an old enclosed trailer. The floor was rotten out of it, and it was not looking good. And so this was kind of where he was trying to get to, was right here. And so as he was growing, he followed the process, right? And he does live in a good area. He lives outside of a really good area. And so, but there's a ton of other pressure washers there that are cheap. And he would always send me pictures of this guy doing this marketing and this guy doing that marketing. And what he has found out is most of those guys have went out of business, and they all looked up to Jason because he's actually doing well with his pressure washing business. And he is not the $99 guy. You know, when I did a ride along with Jason, I remember that it was hot. It was in January, and it was like 85 degrees. Well, we're coming from 30 degrees, and going to 85 degrees don't sound like a lot, but it is when you're not used to it. And so as I rode around for the day, every place he did 5 to 10 rounds every time. And the last place we were at, it was hot. It was hot. I was tired. I was sitting in the truck and waiting on him to go do his 5 round, and he was still doing his 5 round when he needed, even when he was tired and hot, because he was tired too, and he still did his 5 round, right? And so I see so many people want the easy button. So many people are like Jason, and they still ask him, how do you get your phone to ring? Because he does the posting, he does the marketing, he does the flipping rocks. He goes and puts out yard signs at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and he does the YouTube or the Facebook lives. He started in my group of putting Facebook lives because I told people to put their Facebook lives because they were too scared to put it out. And so he started putting them in there and started learning how to do it and doing it over and over and over. And he's posting on LinkedIn, and he's doing over and over. And what he found out was that one day he calls me, he's like, Jason, I've gotten 5 different leads from 5 different lead sources. So if he didn't do those 5 different lead sources and only did 1 lead source, how many leads would he have gotten that day? He would have got 1. Well, he's only got a 35% close rate right now. So out of those 5, he closed 2, right? And so that is why the importance of doing this stuff and making this happen is not always easy. When value exceeds price, people will buy, right? And this is so true. You know, people don't buy because of price. Now, there is some price shoppers, and if you look at in this magazine here, and people that are looking into this magazine is probably going to be price shoppers, right? Look, they got an offering of $69. I don't even know what this company does, but you know, $69 off your AC tune-up. Well, guess what? They're going to upsell the crap out of you when they get you in there. All right, I haven't even started on. Here in Ashland, Kentucky, I've always heard no one will pay, but I've come to find out the higher price I raise my tickets, I still get work. And you know, the reason why people think that nobody will pay is because they're buying through their own wallet. Because they're like people that they're like around, right? You become the 5 people you're around. If you're around 5 poor people, guess what? They're not going to pay. But if you're around the 5 right people that are high end, they're going to pay no problem. Just booked a $750 composite deck. Can't get it if you don't ask. You had to keep a straight face. All right, let's talk about this here. Let's get this baby on the show road. So what is the single most important part of pressure washing business? And no, it is not equipment. I don't care what people tell you. It is not equipment. I can literally go out and wash a house with a $10 pump up sprayer, a couple gallons of bleach, and a garden hose. I could go out there with a little bottle and spray it. It's going to take me a while, but I can literally do that and make money. And so these are things that people think that I need all of this equipment. You know, back to my story with Jason. Jason fell into the trap of, oh, look, I need this chemical and I need this chemical. And this guy says I need this chemical and this guy says I need this chemical. And before you know it, he had 3 years later a whole shelf full of chemicals that never got used, right? Because this person told me I need this chemical and this person told me I need this chemical. And when we get into that, you'll see there's a lot of people that are trying to sell you this chemical and that chemical. And guess what? You don't need any of these chemicals at the end of the day, right? We don't need any of these chemicals that all of these people are going to try to sell you. They will try to sell you rust removal and surfactant and effervescence and whatever else you may think you need. And I promise you, bleach is the number one chemical you need and gets probably about 95% of the jobs done, right? And so he fell into the trap of buying this chemical and that chemical and this chemical. And 3 years later, he sends out a video. We were on a live one time on Marketing Monday, and he walks out there and he's like, look, I still have all of these chemicals here, right? And so we get into a trap that we fall into of, ooh, look at this shiny object. Ooh, look at this shiny object. And at the end of the day, it doesn't make our phone ring and it doesn't make us money. So quit falling for the trap that you need all of the shiny equipment to go and make money. You know, the best thing for growing the pressure washing business, the number one thing is marketing. The number one thing I would say that is the most important part of marketing is answering your phone. That would be the most important part, is answering your phone. But one of the best things that you can do, and probably the most important part of growing a pressure washing business, comes down to customer service. If you have amazing customer service, you have all that you need to have. If you answer the phone, if you call back, if you text, if you let them know you're on the way, you let them halfway through the job, you're sending them pictures, you're texting them when they're done, and you communicate in 2023. You know how many people don't communicate at all? It's a sad fact of how many people do not communicate. Communication is the number one thing to grow your pressure washing business, to grow your Christmas light business, to grow any service business out there. Customer service is the most important part of this business. And I know that a lot of times that, you know, when we're working on customer service, which it will lead to positive reviews. And I'm being told by a couple other people that reviews are really big in 2023 for helping you grow your Google My Business stuff. So are you asking for reviews from your amazing customer service and let them put it in there? Do you have a card that you can give the person that's nice and shiny, right? I could have did this on cheap, flimsy paper that wasn't shiny, but I want to add value. And you might say, how is adding value of adding a card that is nice and thick and shiny? Because all those little things add up and make it for a lot better for adding value to your stuff. It can also referrals and repeat business, and ultimately driving growth is customer service. Customer service, you know, we always say that we're just a customer service business. It just so happens to be pressure washing, right? And if you don't think of it that way, and you think that we're a pressure washing business and you're selling pressure washing, guess what? you're not going to have very good close rate, and you're going to be selling on price. If you want to sell on price, go sell them pressure washing. If you want to sell them high dollar tickets and have amazing, exceptional customer service, because you know what, as you read this book, you will learn that it takes like 8 to 12 times, 8 times, you'll get 8 no's before you get it. So he teaches in this book of asking 12 times. So you get the feeling of, hey, I know that this person's going to say no 8 times, so we're going to figure out how to ask them 12 times. Because if you are weak and if you just give them a price and you don't have no customer service to follow up with them, well, guess what? You're not going to be able to sell those higher end jobs. That's the way the ball bounces, right? That's the way that it works. It just works that way. I promise you, it works that way. Just booked the $750 composite deck wash. You know what? That deck probably wasn't but 300 or 400 square feet. Even if he's at $750. A lot of people, a composite deck, probably no matter how big it is, isn't going to take that long. You spray some bleach on and you rinse it off. It's not like a wood deck that you got to sit there and walk back and forth. It's going to soft wash that bad boy, and we're in and out and done, right? That's how we're able to do this. I'm turning down a $60,000 concrete job with Ernest to focus on pressure washing. I think I can hit $80,000 after a year or 2. That's my goal. Shoot for 100. Shoot for 100, right? Shoot higher than your goal. Jason, I want to announce something has been working great for me since late last summer. I pre-formatted ads by Mike, specialized to me or whoever buys them. I don't even want to go down that route. I had that argument with Al a couple weeks ago, and he sent me a message 2 days ago and says, Jason, you're right about Mike. And I'm not going to badmouth anybody. I'm just going to say that. Lowest price guaranteed, going out of business sale, 100%. What's up, Kentucky Wash Pros? Hey, Jeremy, get out of here. How did you guys get your wife on board to help out with business? This is a good question. So some wives, you got to prove it, right? Wives want safety. Most wives want safety. And so if you start bringing in $1,000 checks, that's a pretty good way of adding safety to it, right? And so not all wives will get on board. And it sucks because you hope you have a cheerleader, and I will be your cheerleader, but you really need your wife to cheerlead you on too. And so you kind of got to figure out a way to make that happen, but it can be tough sometimes. Cleaned apartment complexes a day, and they want me to clean another one of them now. Sweet. We love apartment complexes. I need to take a vacation down to Florida, Jason Gulf Coast, and come back with some cheap equipment. What's the name of that book? The Ultimate Sales Guide. The Ultimate Sales Machine by Chet Holmes. Ultimate Sales Machine. Nathan, we need to get lunch together next time you're down this way. Why did it do that for? If y'all have any questions, y'all can ask away up here. Maybe if my computer will allow me to do this. Hey Tristan, shout out. Facebook group, Mom, shout out, are the best. They are. Hey Tristan, you need to go find, and I can give you their phone number. Message me is what I would tell you to do, because I have a job from these people that need to talk to you, and I can give you, message me is what I would tell you to do, and you will enjoy the message. I get a 10% cut. Big job tomorrow. Awesome. All right, where am I at? What's up, fellas? We already hit that one. I'm lost. I get the text notifications. I got it tonight. Yep. Awesome. Why do we have to bring up the past? I'm different now. Can we leave the past behind? No, because we learn from our failures, right? That's the best way. It was 2021. Being cheap, staying cheap, cheap keeps a cheap mindset. It takes a lot of work and time to become an instant success. There is no such thing. If someone's going to tell you that you can start a pressure washing business and you're going to be instant success, the very first thing I would do is run. If someone says that you're going to be very successful right out of the get-go, run. Now, we did see some people that are just starting out and that are doing $10,000, $11,000 months. You know, if you have a good network, you can definitely do that. Or if you know how to sell, it can definitely work. I tell my customers, they give me the cheap vibe. Good stuff isn't cheap, and cheap stuff isn't good. Jason Hefner is the GOAT. Follow the process. Consistent, prolific, relentless, rinse and repeat, right? And it is so true. You got to be consistent. You know, Jason still does pretty much everything he did when he first started. He's been relentless. He does it when he's tired and he don't want to, and he does it prolifically. Rinse and repeat. Jason, rabbit hole on Jason on marketing. Never. I would never do that. Mr. Joseph, how you doing? Motivation on yard signs. I love yard signs. Knowledge is the most important. That's the reason why I sent you the message tonight. They're all the same. When a customer do not want, question, what do you do when a customer doesn't want bleach on their house? I tell them that's our process. If you want, you could do green ox, but I tell them that's my process. I started with a $1,700 Greenworks electric. Hey, whatever it takes. First time watcher here. How you doing, Gus 305? Word of mouth is everything. I can always rely on this man here. Almost all my investments are taxed. Invest in education of skills and it's tax write-off. And if you put it into action, 10x on your investment, you always keep learning. You know, and I agree 100%. So investment in yourself is the most important thing. You can invest in equipment, you can invest in marketing, but at the end of the day, if you invest in yourself, it is the most important thing. And so many people, you know, you can, most time I tell people to go buy this book off of Audible or Amazon. You can get most of every book that I've gotten off get off of YouTube. But here's the thing about what I say about that. When you invest nothing and you 10x it, what do you get out of that? Can you tell me? Can anybody? Let's see. If you invest $0 into yourself and you 10x it, what's the return on that? Can anybody? I want to see who gives me the first answer. What's the return on when you invest in yourself nothing? Because I get it. There's people that you can find everything on YouTube. You're right. But I want to tell you something about this right here, because here's the deal about this one, right? I know so many people that will not invest in themselves. They will not buy classes. They won't do any of that stuff. They will not buy no classes. I'm not spending no money on myself. I still haven't seen any. I'm waiting on that. Let's see. I'm waiting on it. What I'm waiting on it. Who's going to give me the answer? If I invest $0, what is my return on investment if I 10x that? Can anybody give it to me? Anybody give it to me? One person give it to me? Nobody gonna give it to me? What is your investment if you invest in $0? Because here's my philosophy. If I can 10x whatever I pay, I'll pay $50,000. Right? Who would pay $50,000 for a class if you know you could 10x that? Would you be willing to invest in yourself $50,000? if you knew you could 10x it? I'm asking a question. I'm not getting no answers. Is anybody on here? We got 85 people, and we were talking. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Anthony did it. Nothing. I guess it's just slow tonight. Nothing. Zero. Goose egg, right? So this is the important. Oh, he sells a. Is that right? Yes, I do sell a course, but I'm not saying to buy my course. Have I said one time tonight to buy my course? No, I don't give a crap if you do or not. But here's the thing I want to push. You know, I see people. I don't want you potential spam. You know, I see people that will not buy anything, right? They will not do anything. They will not invest in themselves. I see a lot of people that have invested in themselves. Right here, Trisha, she's come to one of my in-person classes, and she's in my mentorship. She did $60,000. That's a pretty good investment, right? She's probably going to do way more. She's going to hit 150 this year because she's invested in herself. You know, Jason Hefner, right here. Jason Hefner, he invested $650. He did $250,000 last year, right? Was it scary to invest it? Heck yeah, it was. But he invested it, and guess what happened to him? He became successful. I can show you people, but don't take it the wrong way. Just because you invest in yourself and you don't take action, I can show you many people that have not invested in themselves, or they have invested in themselves and they don't take action. And guess what happens when we don't take action? We don't get nothing. And so it's important that you invest in yourself. And I don't care if you buy, and honestly, I don't want you to buy pressure washing classes. You know what I want you to buy? I want you to learn how to do marketing better. I want you to learn how to do sales better. And not from somebody that says that they're blah, 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 right? Go find Grant Cardone's stuff. You know, Nathan Brinker has spent money on that, right? He spent money in Grant Cardone, right? And guess what happens when you do that? He becomes more educated. You know, he could sell other things because he's done the things that you needed to do, so that way you can keep growing your business, right? I don't want you to invest in pressure washing stuff, because you know why? Pressure washing is a $10 an hour task. I can literally pay somebody $15 an hour and they can pressure wash. I've done it for years. I've paid people $13 an hour. When I had my company and I had 4 trucks running, I had people working for $14, $12 an hour, and guess what? They were making me $250,000 per truck. Guess what? That's a $10 an hour task. Do you want to work on the $10 an hour task, or do you want to work on the $1,000 an hour task? Jason, there ain't no such thing as a $1,000 an hour task. I've been told that. Oh, yes, there is too. I promise you. You know, I did a task that made 10 grand. All I did was give a lead from one person to another, and he made 10 grand in 10 hours, right? And so these are things that you can do to work on those different tasks. If you work on a $10, a $20 an hour task working on that pressure washing truck, guess what you're gonna get at the end of the day? A $20 an hour job. That's what you have. You don't have a business. You have a $20 an hour job. All right. You guys get me on all kinds of soapboxes here. $1,000 budget. What should be next marketing play? I would be signs. I would probably go get 200, 300 yard signs is what I would be at. Any other resources I can read or look into? Been thinking about it. Just need to get more information. Well, I have about 1,000 videos that you can go check out. I also have a blog that you can go check out at kingofpressurewash.com that I got a bunch of information on there. I just missed out on a job because I missed a call. Yes, I answer the phone. And that's the thing, right? It gets hard. When you start, you've been in business long as Sterling Wash, and that phone's ringing 2-3 times, it's hard. And they all call at the same time. It ain't like they spread themselves out. Anyone ever cleaned a state roadside rest area? That's a state job. Mike did a great job on my ads too. Anyone can be motivated, but that eventually can fade. Discipline equals motivation. What do you don't want to do it to make the champion? I came up with a quote. No just stands for next opportunity. Yep. Yuppers. When you do not invest in yourself, the return is goose egg. What should I use to clean wood decks with stain on them? I mean, are you removing the stain, or are you just giving it a nice little clean? Let's see. As many times as possible, as fast as possible. Let's see. Do a live call. What do you mean do a live call with who? Everyone give a thumbs up. This stuff is gold. 96. The marketing course is worth every penny I spent, every dollar I spent. So this is my in-person class that he's talking about. And I don't have one coming up till July. I may have one before that. But the last two classes I have been, I always tell people it's my in-person pressure washing class, because people come for the pressure washing class or the Christmas light class. It'll be both for this one. So if you're thinking about doing Christmas lights, that class will be in July. It's like July the 11th, I think. And it's going to be Christmas lights and pressure washing. And that class, that Saturday, which was marketing, is gold, right? You learn so much that you didn't know. You learn so much about yourself you didn't even know. The last two classes we've been doing the DISC and the love languages, and people are finding that they're like, I didn't even realize I was that type of way or that. And so it's pretty cool to start seeing. And then you start learning how to sell to that type of person, right? Jason, all we're doing is selling. How many times I've heard, Jason, all we're doing is selling pressure washing. And you know what my next question is? What's your average ticket? Oh, it's $300. Yep, you're right. All you're doing is selling pressure washing. Because the people that I ask the other stuff, I can ask them, and they'll be like, my average ticket's $900. I can ask Chris Johnson, and he sells to the person and not selling pressure washing, and his average ticket is $1,600, right? And so when you know how to sell to the person and not just sell pressure washing, guess what? You'll have higher tickets and everything. Who is the teacher's pet on here? $650 of money we didn't have. I want to take the PPF class. It's $5,000. Should I take it? What's the PPF class? I don't know what the PPF class is. I'm willing to learn. Grant's real top G. Oh, yeah. $0 invested in equals negative in return. Is pressure washing good in South California? The problem with that is there's not a lot of mold, but you can do, I'll tell you what is good in there. I do have a guy that does window cleaning. He does some pressure washing. He came to my pressure washing class. He actually came for my Christmas light class. But Christmas lights, there's a ton of money. He's actually in Orange County, the guy I know. He's doing well. He's doing over $1 million a year between the pressure washing and window cleaning and Christmas lights. If you invest in yourself, you gain 100% knowledge and power to push your business. If 650 can make 100,000, then you learned a lesson. Yep. I'm thinking of raising my goal to 150 for my first year. Do you think that's unreasonable? Nope. The biggest problem you got is figuring out how to get from job to job. How many yard signs would you recommend per week? I would do 25 to 50 a week is where I would be at. Caleb, unreasonable is thinking you can't do it. Go get it. It's true. How to know how much to charge for repeated removal? Depends on how bad they want it gone. Is door along with other door knocking a good strategy? I'm not a big door knocker. That's just personally myself. You go knock on a door or you put out a yard sign. You knock on a door, you talk to one person. You put out a yard sign, it's seen by 10,000 people. It's a numbers game. When we put out yard signs, should we place them in one place in one city or multiple cities when putting them out? So I put them in multiple cities is how I did it. I kind of broke. So Cincinnati's a big circle. It takes about 2 hours if you went all the way around the loop. So I kind of cut it in fours, and so like this week I put them in here. Next week I'd put them in this section. Next week I'd put them in Kentucky, the next section, and I kind of rotated them that way. So that way, every 4 weeks they're getting signs. Would you recommend Town Square to build your website? No. I wouldn't recommend a whole lot of people. And I hate it because I'll tell you why I hate it. This is why I don't care who you use. You can use anybody you want. Just remember, a website isn't going to bring in a bunch of business right out of the get-go. And I get it, and I don't. This is one reason why I don't like it, right? This is why I started kingofmarketing.io. I did not want to get into building website game. I personally didn't. But I've seen so many people screwed. That's why I got into building website game. And I got tired of seeing people get screwed. I'm not even just saying that to just say it. There's people on here that will tell you they got screwed. And they will tell who don't use that person, right? And so that's why I started building websites. So if anybody wants to see my website, I'm more than willing to share it here right now. This is one of my latest that I just got done building this week. I got too much crap on here. Let's see. How can I pull out of here? Pull out, and I'm going to come back in here. Let me go this way. So this is a website I built right here this week. And this is the site here. It's Don. If you want to go look it up, Don Sky Cleaning. I got to fix some things from earlier today, but this is the website that I built that will, I got to change this out right here. He's got so tell us, so it can be an embed here. And then we got the frequently we ask questions. If you're building a website, hint, hint, this is good to do. Hint, hint, this is a good way to add value, right? This is adding value right here. People are asking these questions, and people are building value by answering these questions. And so that is that site there. But yeah, so, building value, right? Building value. Those are the things to think about to build value. If you want to go check it out, I don't care if you do or not. kingofmarketing.io. I got to figure out how to do it. If you buy the $97 plan on here for a month, if you buy anything on this King of Marketing, I will give you access to my whole course. Is what I'll do. I'll have to put a video. You'll have to message me. But if you go here and sign up for any of the stuff, I will give you all of my King of Pressure Washing stuff over there. Is what I'll do for you. Let's see. The best skill I learned in a sales job is near take no as the first answer and follow up with your customers. And it's like I said, it takes 8 no's, and you know that, so you got to ask 12 times, right? And most people quit asking after one time. Questions. Are previous Monday Marketing on video in the membership? Yes, they are. So if you join, you get all the previous Monday Night Marketing. So when you go to Monday Night Marketing, the first one talks about the video of it's the video of where you got to sign up at, and then underneath there's like right now. So sometimes I'll move those videos where they go, but right now there's like 40 of them. So if you want, like last night, you got to scroll all the way down to the bottom of it, and that is the latest one from last night. 654, but this month is going to bump it way up. Average ticket. We love average ticket. How much would be the class be for 2? I want to bring my wife. Are you talking for Christmas lights or pressure washing, Anthony? Yard signs, aka money bushes, have been great for my business. How do you feel about postcard mailing flyers? I mean, it's one of those things that you can't just send it one time. You actually got to send it 3 times to the same location. Otherwise, you're wasting your money. I'm in as Orange County as well. Anyway, you can give me his name. Would like to meet and maybe work together. Mark is his Marc. It's like tweet. I don't know how to spell it. It's like T. I don't know what his last name is. I actually just got my driver's license, so getting from job to job will not be a problem. Okay, awesome. Facebook marketing is where it is at. Can be. I'm not old enough to get a GMB. What should I do? What do you mean you're not? You got to be over 18. I would get your dad or somebody. I mean, I would get it one way or another. We make our own website. It converts real nice. Where we live, the county rips up the yard signs and throws them away, and they can also find the company associated with those. Any ideas? Yep, you still put them out. Now, if you're getting fined, then you got to go to. So, like in this in this area, there's one city, Covington, that threatened to fine, but most of the time it's a threat, and that's all it is. If they fine you, then move to a different city or outside of the city. Christina made it. How much is a website if you are not in the membership? It's the same price. If you put yard signs out on Friday, normally they will stay out till Monday. Yes, that is correct. How much do you charge for a website? Go to King of Marketing and look at pricing, because I got 3 different packages. Imagine that. Jason offering packages. The one package is my master package. It's for Google Ads. I may lower that price here coming up. I don't know. I don't really like running Google Ads, but I've been getting asked. I have a truck skid trying to figure out a professional way to mount poles, like water-fed poles, brooms, and etc. I used like a 6-inch pipe, PVC pipe, plumbing pipe, and then put the cap on it where you could screw a cap on the end of it, and that's where I put my water-fed pole at. And then the brush I actually put inside the truck, because you don't want that brush getting funky. Otherwise, it don't work too good. Jason has service packages and areas service pages. Guarantee that format will rank. Yep. So you get into the Facebook group, and then every Monday night is Monday Night Marketing, and that is where everybody gets their questions answered. And every other Sunday I do a thing about pressure washing, but the Zoom call is like 10 or 15 minutes talking about. Actually going over this book right now, talking about that book, and then it's about an hour and a half of just people asking questions and getting their questions answered from me and other people. And there's people that are just starting out, and there's people that do $500,000 in it. Would a skid be okay with a 150, no soft wash system, just hot water for now, or go? I would go with the 2500, just because 1500. If I know what you're saying, just doing a hot water unit, and you probably could get away with that. Is Canva a good source to use as a web page designer or hosting? Not really. Where do you get list of addresses, or do you just go on Google Maps and get the? I don't know what you're talking about. List of addresses for what? Hi, Jason. What should I write in my contract to retain my clients from going to another guy? Thanks. You can do a small down payment, like a deposit, or just that's part of the game. And mostly, don't be a sucky person. Thanks, Jason. I may have said that one time, and people want to bring it up. If we put 25 yard signs out, how do you split them and know where you want to put them, like places them on entrance or communities or Lowe's, Home Depot. Hospitals is a good place you can put them. Schools are a good place to put them. Some of your grocery stores, all of that kind of stuff. If you want the 90s, the if you do just the membership, it's the quarterly or yearly or whatever. Or if you want the website so that you can have a website, the template website is the other way that you can get that. I have a new Buc-ee's being built in town. Any ideas the best way to get in contact with them? The manager is the only thing I can say. What's the average price for line striping parking lots and handicap spots? I have no idea, but I literally seen a guy, they're a roofing company at Outback today, with a little can of spray on a thing going psh, 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 right down the lines. It's not rocket science, guys. I promise you, it's not rocket science. All right. If you want to, I saw on your last video about not using the red gun. He was using it on a house soft washing, if it's the same YouTuber. Well, the guy that I was talking about the one I was thinking does show it on a high pressure. Because he's like, you put a screw in it so it don't shut all the way. And I'm like, you're an idiot, is what I was going to say to that person. What do you think about people that do house washes for 15 cents in driveways? I think they're cheap, is what I think. That's what I think about it, especially driveways. But there's cheap people out there. So that's all I can say about that. If you want to go check out kingofpressurewash.com, you can go check it out. That's where my membership is. That's where Monday Night Marketing is. That's where I have all the step-by-steps of the 26 steps house wash and all of that good stuff. I have Christmas lights in there, everything like that. And then if you want to go check out the marketing stuff to get more business, go check out King of Marketing. I'm trying to build a page. I haven't had time to put this template on there. I think I'm going to give this template away for free. I'm going to get your email. But I will give it's a Canva template is what it is. So then you can go in and change whatever you want to change on it. And then you can have them print it wherever. I actually had these printed at Canva. It's like $60 or $70 for them to print 100 of them, 50. I don't know what it was. And so that's how this is. I will also do them if you want me to make them. I think I put it at $125 because it takes me about 30 minutes to put the QR codes, get the logo right, the phone numbers right, the pictures, because not everybody does the same pictures here. So that's where I'm sitting at with those. And so I'm going to have a page for marketing stuff like this. And so that's what I'm trying to do for that. There for sure. I live in your huge head, he says. I was talking about you earlier. Put out signs, answer your phone, do in-person visit, price and schedule while you're there, do the job, collect the money, post your pics, smile, and repeat. Yep. My is fading away to nothing. I am. Hey, I haven't talked about that tonight. So I have been losing weight, and it's awesome, right? I've lost 40 pounds. Last week I gained 3, but I'm back down. I'm still up 2. I haven't weighed myself. And so you can do it too. And health is wealth. If you're overweight, and you're probably most of you are, but you can do it. And so I've been doing it, and it's definitely helped me do a whole lot. So I've been doing the carnivore. All I eat is meat, and it works out well for me, and I'm losing weight. And I've actually been swimming 3 days a week. I've been running. This week I started running. Well, I wouldn't call it running. I would call it more like run for like 300 feet and then walk for 200 and try to catch my breath. But that's what I've been doing this week. And so my goal is to get down to 250 pounds. I started out at 319 pounds. So you can do it too. And so health is definitely wealth, right? Because the healthier you are, the more you're able to go out and do it. And money's not everything, right? A lot of people wish they had their health. So take care of yourself. Quit eating crap. I know it tastes good, but it's hard. So hope you have a great night, and we'll see you all later.